So as we're moved from what has been traditional business, and you know, traditional business has operated this way for years and years, and now this new world is emerging and it's changing so quickly that the traditional businesses are really having trouble keeping up and keeping from being disrupted by all the new business options that the internet creates. So in the old world, the way companies normally thought was, I built this product. This product is great. I'm going to try to sell it to a customer for the maximum amount of money I can sell it. And then I'll go get as many customers as I can. That's really called optimized pricing or willingness to pay. You know, there is a certain value to you that you will pay for a product. And if I price it at that value, then a lot of people will actually buy it. And some customers will be happy to pay that amount. Today, that is old school thinking about how to promote products. Because, as we discussed, acquiring customers is the single biggest cost companies have, and optimal pricing does not allow you to become a gigantically well-known company, at least not easily. In the new world, however, the investment community and business has concluded that brand awareness and customer acquisition is very valuable. You know, how long was it before Twitter ever attempted to do anything to make money on the service? They were trying to build a brand. They were trying to build a customer base before they introduced any sort of a business model to try to derive customers from any of their users. So today, where the world is in terms of the great business models and great disruptions is being able to get a large footprint of customers. And there are ways to accomplish that. One of the most common ways is to give things away and to try to get money from a small portion of your user base. So in the old world, customers tried to charge for everything, including, if they could, sending a salesperson to come sell to you. But over time, that evolved to, maybe we should let customers try our product for free. And if they like it, then we can convert them into a paying customer, and if they don't like it, the free trial will expire over some period of time. Now, what's in vogue is giving away products. Give it away and get money from a very small portion of your user base. So if you compare this to the industry that I know something about, telecommunications, then over here, this is, in the beginning, AT&T maybe had a mobile service, and the only way you got it was to go to the AT&T office and give them $60 a month or whatever they charge, and you could be a customer. And then things became a little more competitive, and they maybe offered some free trials for you to try their service for a month, or gave you credit to allow them to run their service for a month. And then after a month, either it went away or you became a paying customer. But if you compare that to Skype, Skype, by the way, is preparing for an IPO. And just as a show, how many of you are Skype users? All right. So how did you get Skype on your computer? Free install, free download. Somebody said, hey, I want to Skype you. Would you go download this software so I can Skype you? Well, today, Skype has over 500 million registered users. In any given month, over 100 million of them are active. And today, they have 8 million paying customers. So that ratio of subscribers is little over 1.5%. But they also have $800 million worth of revenue because they're getting $96 on average from every paying customer. So this is a prototype for the give it away, monetize a small portion of your customer base into paying customers, but get brand recognition, get acceptance of your product before you start understanding what people will pay you for, and then over time, you figure out how to extract more money from them, which Skype is guaranteed going to do. So in the old world, you might say the motto was, go find customers. But the go find customers means somebody's got to do that. And traditionally, salespeople make a lot of money. And so it's expensive to send people out to go find customers. And then we sort of evolved into the telemarketing world. Probably everybody loves getting a call from a telemarketer during dinner, right? So at this point, telemarketing serves only to annoy customers. And so what do? Well, in the new world, you try to construct a model where the customers come to find you, because it's a lot cheaper and it allows you to lower your cost of customer acquisition. Well, how do you get people to come find you? I would suspect that probably everybody in this room, if you wanted to learn about bicycles, the thing you would do is you'd go to the web and you start doing research on bicycles. So websites today have become very valuable tools in acquiring customers. And in fact, there's an entire art and a science underneath getting your bicycle to the top of the Google search list. There are two terms you need to know about: search engine marketing, and search engine optimization. We have a person in our little company. We don't have a very big company. We have a person dedicated to search engine optimization. And their job every day is, when somebody types in business phone system, I want our company to be the #1 natural search response that comes back under a Google search engine. And you might think, well, that just happens. Well, it doesn't. There is an algorithm underneath the Google search engine. And what you do is you attempt to understand what that algorithm is doing so that you can manipulate your website so that you score higher on the Google algorithm, which moves you higher on the search. So there are people who dedicate their lives to understanding how to move you up on a Google search result under a natural search, and that's called search engine optimization. This today is this person who can do this costs about half of what a traditional bag-carrying salesperson costs. So it's a much lower cost investment and a much higher return, because if this person does a great job of moving our company to the top of the search list, thousands of people are going to see our company versus however many people that bag-carrying salesperson could call on in a day. There are all kinds of ways to get people to come to you. Search engines today are the biggest one, but creating content that's interesting, writing blogs, all the things that will draw people to your site are much lower, are ways to lower your cost of customer acquisition. So in general, if you want to lower the cost, then you need to make it easy for customers to sell themselves. Now, once again, this is based upon how complex your product is. But if your customer can decide on their own that they like your product, buy it, and send you money for it, that's the holy grail. Sometimes that can't be. And so what you want to do is to make it really easy as possible. If it can't be a customer independent decision, you want to make it really easy for a customer to get connected to your product. In business, if a business wants to spend money, then normally somebody's got to sign off on that amount of money. And there are thresholds inside companies that say, if it costs more than $10,000, maybe the manager has to sign off on it. If it costs $50,000, maybe the director has to sign off on it. You need to understand how the approval authorities work in companies and construct your product so that you price it right under where you get the minimum number of approvals required. And what we've learned is that maybe for most companies, a purchase of $10,000 or less is a relatively easy purchase to get approved, or a monthly commitment of $250 per month is relatively easy to get approved. If you go much above that, you start introducing new people who have to do new approvals, and it gets harder.